Hello. Codewars has a credit card mask problem for us to do. So let's do it. Train. Go. Loading credit card mask. Usually when you buy something, you're asked whether your credit card number, phone number... Oh wow, grammar here. You're asked whether your credit card number, phone number, or answer to your most secret question is still correct. Yeah, I guess grammatically there's still works. Kind of confusing though. However, since someone could look over your shoulder, you don't want that shown on your screen. Instead, we mask it. So you've seen this before, I'm sure. Our task is to write a function Maskify, which changes all but the last 4 characters into the pound sign. I probably just dated myself because that's definitely a hashtag nowadays, but whatever. Maskify this. Maskify Skippy. So it looks like it should work on any string, and if there's less than 4 letters in the string, or less than 4 characters, it just doesn't change it. So that seems simple enough. Oh, I have this old stuff on my page. You can ignore that. So what we want to be able to do is we have an input that is a string. So let's just put quotes around that. And we want to take every letter that is not in the last 4 and replace that with a number sign. Right. So a simple way to do this would be to start at the left and count up to 4, and then once you get past 4, you use pound signs instead of letters. So if we're doing this on string, let's move over here and do it again. String. Oh, that's not helpful. Let's actually use a number. How about 8675309? So that is our unmasked number, and we need to maskify it. So the first thing we could do is just start at the left, and if we're copying these letters into a new string, the first 4 letters just come straight down. 9, 0, 3, 5. I guess this is starting at the right, sorry. 9, 0, 3, 5. And then we have done 4 numbers here. So let's do the rest of them as pound signs. That will get us our desired output. So let's write some code to do it that way. And then we can think about ways to do this a little better. We no longer want to pass. So CC is a credit card number. And does it come in as a string? All but the last 4 characters. Oh, yep, input is a string. Okay, so that means we don't have to change numbers into strings or anything. We can just start doing operations on this string. Okay, let's start with a loop that starts at the end of the string and moves towards the beginning. So for num in reversed CC, that's going to give us each letter one at a time, starting at the right side and going towards the left. But what we want to be able to do is know if we have seen 4 letters yet or not. So let's make a counter to do that. Num, I'll say num chars seen equals 0. Okay. And then at the end of this for loop, we know we're going to want to add 1 to numchars seen so we can keep track of that. And there's other ways to do this in Python. You can use Enumerate, but I'm just doing this so it can be really obvious what we're doing. Okay, so we have our counter, and now we need to do different things with the letters depending on whether we've seen less than 4 letters or 4 or more. So if numchars seen is less than 4, then we want to just add the character straight into our number to return. So what I'm going to do, instead of using a string at first, let's do the same thing except with the input of 8675309. Let's put all of these characters into an array, because array has a nice append. Where you can just add 1 to the end. And then we'll reverse the array at the end. This is just my first thought on how to do this. So what we're going to end up with is the 9 is going to come over here. So 9, 0, 3, 5, pound, pound. Let's do it that way. So new chars list equals a list. Okay. So now if the num that we're looking at is on the right side of this 4th character line, that's what this if statement is saying right here. We need to just add it to our numchars list, or new chars list. So new chars list dot append num. Else, oh, that's not going to take care of the tabbing for me. Lame. Okay. We want to append a number sign. Okay. And then at the end, we want to flip our array and turn it back into a string to return it. And I'm going to do that all in one line. Let's say return blank dot join reversed. Oh, I might have to. Okay. N for n in reversed, not new chars list. Okay, let's see if this does it. Test. Ooh, exit code 1. What did it do? A list up. Oh, we didn't tell it to append. That's stupid. Dot append. Why'd we do that? It's because I'm dumb. Okay. So it worked. It worked. Let's think about the time complexity of this implementation. For num in reversed credit card. So it looks to me like we're starting at the end of our number and we're moving once through each letter or character in our string, which would be big O of n steps. So the time complexity is on. Oh, not quite. Well, yeah, it'd still be ON. So what I'm seeing is this part is ON, but this part is also big O of N, because we have to loop through our list one more time to join it into this string. So it would actually be big O of 2n, but in big O world, constants don't actually mean very much as far as time complexity goes. So we can simplify that down to ON is the time. Okay? Get that out of the way. And how about the space? Space. How's our space complexity? We know we need one extra list that is going to be the size of our original string. And we need this counter, but that is always going to be the same size. So that's constant. These ifs don't affect the space complexity. And then we're returning a new string. So to me, that looks like big O of n again, because we're just looping through the list linearly. We're doing it, oh, sorry. That would be an explanation for the time. For the space, we have one extra list that is going to be the same size, or have the same elements, same number of elements as the original string does. So our size is going to be however much we got passed in, we're going to need twice as much space as that to do our calculation here. So again, that would be an O of 2n, which simplifies down to n. Okay. Now let's see if I can turn this into a one-liner, because we know that Codewars loves one-liners, and they're kind of fancy brags. They're not actually awesome as far as development goes, because when you're developing stuff, it's actually way nicer to be able to read what's happening and understand it really quickly. But it's also cool to see if we can do this in one line. So for a one-liner, we need to be able to say return and then something to return. I think we're going to end up joining an array after we've made it. So let's start by returning empty string.join, and now we need to stick something in the join to take care of this. And here I think we might use the enumerate to keep track of the for. You know what? Yeah, let's try it that way. Let's use enumerate to keep track. So we're going to make a new list of n for n in here. Let's do do the enumerate first. So enumerate reversed CC. Okay. For n and then I as well. Does the index come first with the enumerate function? Let's check that. Enumerate usage Python. Let's see, enumerate in Python. It is used as, oh, the index comes first. 0, 1, 2. Okay. So we need to switch these. For I, comma, n, in enumerate reversed CC. Okay. And now this is going to be a fancy if-else. So we want n if I is less than 4, else a hashtag sign. Okay. That looks like, let's see. Yep. That looks like the same logic. Now this is going to be backwards, so we need to actually put this into another list to flip it. So let's put one more list around this and say care for care in reversed this whole thing. All right, there it is. What do you think? Is it going to work? I'm really skeptical because I've written code before. Let's see. Oh, exit code 1. Let's see. What is it? What does it say? Name care is not defined. Oh, I misspelled the second one. Care for share in reversed? Well, if we're going to do that, we might as well just use both of them as share. Why not? Wow. Look at that. There it is. There's our one-liner. Okay, we did it. Hooray. Congratulations to me. And I will see you all later.